So this just came in today. Um, Jorge Masvidal assaults Colby Covington in Miami at a restaurant. I guess last night, or yeah, it had to be last night. So today's Tuesday, so it must have been Monday night, March 21st. It was in. It was at Poppy Steak in Miami Beach. So my understanding, I don't have like a script. I have a couple. I have like a picture here of a little bit of details, but my understanding is Covington was hanging out and he had some guys posting on Instagram tagging him. Maybe he shared the stories as well on his Instagram on Colby's, where he was at, who he was with. So Masvidal breaks out a hoodie and a surgical mask and decides to sneak up on him. Face is covered, right? Sneaks up on him and sucker punches Colby Covington twice. And Jorge Masvidal says, "You shouldn't have talked about my kids." So what I'm gonna say is not anything mind blowing, or it's definitely not something that is not being said. There's a lot of people, a lot of Masvidal fanboys, and I love Jorge Masvidal. I'm a big fan. He's a real OG. He really is an OG of the sport. He was underrated forever. Now there's talks of him being overrated. I think he's good. I think he's much older. Um, when your stardom gets that big and you don't perform at the absolute highest level, everyone's going to call you overrated. That's kind of not the point. Point is, I'm a Masvidal fan. I think he's fantastic for the sport. I love what he's done in the past and still is doing. I did think he was going to lose to Colby Covington. I predicted that, and most people, Colby was a heavy favorite. Thought it was going to go the way it was. Colby's wrestling would be too much. His pace would be too much. It's 5 rounds. Most people thought it was going to go the way it did, myself included. Does not mean you're not a Masvidal fan, because I know I am. I'm a Masvidal fan. But weeks after the fight, you find Colby Covington, you sucker punch him at a steakhouse in Miami, and then say, that's right, bitch. You shouldn't talk about my kids. Whatever Colby said, he said before the fight. Masvidal used that as fuel. He talked about it in his post-fight interviews and scrums and all that stuff. You had 25 minutes in a cage on pay-per-view, getting paid handsomely to make Colby Covington pay for whatever words he said that offended you or your family. Not saying anything Colby said was right or it's part of the game, which kind of is, but it depends. You got to draw the line somewhere, right? Who am I to decide where that is? I'm nobody. So you had 25 minutes in a cage with them to do whatever you wanted, basically. There's not a whole lot of rules in MMA. There's a few. Don't kick him in the dick. Don't poke him in the eyeball. Colby did poke Masvidal in the eye accidentally, actually. I think in the first round, maybe the second. Early, but there's not a whole lot of rules. You can, you're there to beat the shit out of each other, but that includes wrestling. That includes, all sorts of grappling, jiu-jitsu, striking, everything. You had 25 minutes in a cage with them. You got work. You lost every round. It happens. That should be the end of it. You had 25 minutes to quote unquote make him pay for whatever words he said that hurt your feelings. What I was saying before about Masvidal fanboys, before I went off on a tangent and saying that I like Jorge Masvidal as well. There's a lot of people, including Dean Thomas, actually. Dean Thomas said something like, "I guess you weren't really about that life, Colby." Something along those lines on Twitter, I think. A lot of those people are coming out and like trash talking Colby, which is hilarious. It's very funny. Look, you got your ass beat in a fight in the octagon, fair and square. It happened. You lost every second of the fight, basically. It is what it is. Move on. To think that you pulled some gangster move by sucker punching a guy in a club when he didn't even know you were there, you had a mask on and a hoodie up, that doesn't make you tough. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Not to me. And again, I'm nobody, but I am DriverMMA on Instagram. If you want to follow me, DriverMMA Instagram. Shameless plug. But It's crazy. That doesn't make you tough. It makes you dumb. And now he's being, let me see if I can find it. I might not be able to. He's being charged with, what is it? He may be facing a felony arrest for, I think, battery or assault and battery, whatever. I'm not a lawyer, but something like that. If I'm assuming that's if Colby decides to, make a thing of it. I don't know. I know the cops were called to the scene. That's basically all I have to say. I wanted to summarize. Oh, that was it, really. Nothing to summarize. Not a long video, but I don't think it makes you tough. I don't think the people that are trash talking Colby because he got sucker punched, like, guess you're not really about that life. He fought him for almost 30 minutes, 25 minutes, locked in the cage. You basically do whatever you want to each other. Colby was not afraid of Masvidal, not in the slightest. He knew they fought. They fought for a long time. He's not afraid of him. Masvidal sneaking up on him with a mask and a hoodie, sucker punching him, and then be like, yeah, that's right. Watch your mouth. He already fought. He said what he had to say before the fight. You didn't do shit in there. Really, you didn't do a thing. For the 4,000th time. Masvidal fan over here. But it doesn't make you tough. It's a silly move, and to trash Colby for being on the receiving end of it is hilarious. So, I mean, opinions are everywhere, and who says mine's right? But foolish for Jorge Masvidal, and foolish for the people that think this makes Colby look like a bitch, or for the people who think this makes Masvidal look like some tough guy, because it doesn't. So that's all I have to say. So that's MMA news for you today on Tuesday, March 22nd. So again, follow me on Instagram at DriverMMA, and I'll see you next time.